A very good evening to you. I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick McKee here in the WFXR Plus studio as we continue tracking winter weather here across Southwest and Central Virginia. For some of us, it's been nothing. For some of us, it's been quite a bit more, especially as we look down to the south. Let me get straight into this, and I'm going to change my mind here on the order of graphics that I'm going to do here. Well, maybe I won't because my computer's not cooperating with me. So let me just show you. Let's give you a live look outside. Hunting Hills Family Dentistry view from the zoo, where we are seeing it looks like the snow starting to come back down into the Roanoke Valley. It's on the light side, very fine snow coming in, but you certainly can see that as the cloud bases have lowered a bit for us here across the Roanoke Valley over the past couple of hours. We were looking at them up around 5,000 feet 2 hours ago. It looks like they're down to about 3,100 feet, so they've lowered a good 2,000 feet. But the air is still extremely dry for us here across the region this evening. That's not what I wanted it to do, but that is the graphic I wanted to show you. So here we go. Winter weather advisory in place for us across parts of the Roanoke Valley, Central Virginia, continuing for us as we head into the evening hours tonight. Head into Southside, Franklin County, and the New River Valley. Winter storm warnings are continuing for us as that snow is continuing to come down outside. Here's what we're looking at on radar at this hour. The lighter blue, light snow to flurries coming down for us. The darker blue, where we've definitely got more of those snow showers that have been a bit more persistent throughout the day. Now, one thing I'm noticing is notice how these lines are going a little more north-south. Earlier in the day, they were going almost east-west. We're starting to pivot the upper level low. So we're starting to see the orientation of these lines change a little bit, which is kind of the beginning of the end for us for getting the storm system out of here. But still, we've got some pretty good snow coming down in through portions of the south. Southern portions of Bedford County, back into areas east of 220, into Franklin, back over to Ferrum. The eastern half of Patrick County, all of Henry County, city of Martinsville, getting in on this activity now. And then for much of Pennsylvania County, it looks like you're seeing it come down into northern Halifax County. Let me put all this into motion for you. Let me show you how this is kind of behaving. So we're getting a little bit of a pivot northward, which is starting to bring a little bit of this activity back into the Roanoke Valley for us at this hour. But it looks like eventually this is going to start coming to an end from west to east. Let me broaden the view out for you. Change products here over to the national radar, and I'm going to zoom this out. All right, so there's the back edge right back there. Let's do that a little bit better. Mouse isn't exactly going for where I want it to, but you get the idea. But notice that back edge as I loop this over the past hour. We're starting to pull it into far southwest Virginia. So it's starting to make the drop now. Slowly at first here, I think it's probably going to start picking up speed here as we go through the next couple of hours as the upper level low that sits down across western portions of North Carolina really starts to make the pivot over. That's going to start dragging the surface low a little bit further offshore and start pulling all of this moisture out of here as we head through the next several hours. We still got a ways to go as, looking at the feed, right there's a good feed of moisture that's coming up from, say, North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, through the Triad of North Carolina, and then into Southside, and starting to bring a little bit of that back up into the Roanoke Valley for us at this hour. So that's what we're looking at outside. And then once we start to see a little bit more of a pivot around, and then eventually that dry air is going to start getting pulled in as the storm system itself gets pulled away. So we're seeing a good fetch of moisture, nothing like they're seeing eastern North Carolina. Look at all that snow that's coming in from Virginia Beach back to Greenville, Outer Banks, even getting in on some of this down to just north of Wilmington. They're going to be seeing some pretty hefty snowfall totals here as we head through the next several hours. All right, so here's some of the reports we've received so far for today, and let me just click around here on some of these. That was as of 5 this morning at the airport, just under an inch. Laymantown was at an inch at 9:30 this morning. 2 inches in Stewartsville. half inch in Elliston. There's 2.3 from this morning in Christiansburg. Trying to see if there's any of these that are coming a little bit later for us in the day. Pulaski, 2.8 inches as of 1:15 this afternoon. We go southward. Galax at 6 inches. That was as of 8:30 this morning. That's into North Carolina. Let's come back up here into Virginia. Laurel Fork at 5. We've had some good ones here out of Patrick County, where that moisture feed just coming in and hitting the mountains. In fact, let me just zoom in here a little bit more over the south, where we're likely to see the big bullseye. Buffalo Ridge was at 4.5. We had 6 there. 3. 4.8 in Stewart as of 8 this morning. There's 5 inches in Kreitz, 4 inches in Stewart, Meadows Dan at 4. So pretty good there. Let's go over to Henry County. 3 inches in Horse Pasture. That was as of 9:45 this morning that we were seeing that. 3:30 this afternoon, 5.5 in Ridgeway. So we're approaching in on the upper bounds of the forecast there. Let's see, that was 4 inches as of 9 this morning. And then 2.5 into the city of Martinsville. Over to Danville, 2 inches being reported there earlier. There's a 3-inch in Dry Fork. Get up near Chatham, 4.5 inches as of 8 this morning. So we did see some areas get a little bit of a burst. There's 4 inches in Leda and 0.8 in South Boston. So that's just kind of a few of the reports that we've seen here across the region. Central Virginia, let's just see if 0.2 in the city of Lynchburg. Shows you that we were talking about this the past several days. There will be that fine line of a cutoff that at some point you're going to see something go to nothing. And that's kind of just getting north of Highway 460. That's what we've seen. We were talking about Eastern North Carolina. I just want to show you how much more they've been seeing in some of these areas. And some of these reports are several hours old, and they still got a lot of the system left. But there's a 6.5. That was just 1, but I was seeing like a 4 or 5 here somewhere. But even along the beaches of North Carolina, they're getting some decent snow coming in. So there we go. It could be a lot more. And folks, south side into North Carolina, definitely seeing that. Here's the thing that we've been dealing with, and it's been the dry air that's been in place. You got the dry air coming down from the north, where you've got dew points, single digits below 0 up into Maine, coming down with that moisture coming in from the south. Now, we'll say Roanoke's dew point has recovered a little bit as we started seeing the flakes come down again, but just kind of as we come into a local view. There we go. Lynchburg, dew point of 1, -5 in Hot Springs. Just a couple of hours ago, Roanoke's was much lower. We have come back up to 10 for a dew point, but certainly where you see these double-digit dew points, even that 9 into Floyd and 10 Galax, right in there is kind of the bullseye for where we're seeing the snow and where I think the snow is going to potentially try to continue off and on from here for us until this event comes to an end over the next several hours. As you go northward, Lexington, Hot Springs, Lewisburg, enjoy your evening. I don't think anything's coming for you as that dry air is really winning out. Roanoke's kind of been on the battleground area here. Lynchburg, you've stayed fairly dry, but Roanoke was dry just a couple hours ago with that dew point coming up. So I think with this snow starting to come back in again, and maybe another little burst trying to get on the ground for us here as we head through the next 2, 3, 4 hours for this evening. Visibilities, where we're seeing the snow, a little harder to see. 3/4 mile visibility, Blacksburg, Wytheville, Danville, and Galax, down to 2 miles in Roanoke, 1 in Floyd and Martinsville, with the wind also starting to pick up at least a little bit, and it's making it feel cold. It's 12 in Hot Springs. No snow. It's just 12. -4 is what it feels like. 20 feels like 13 in Roanoke. 12 feels like 1 in Floyd. It feels like 4 below in Wytheville. Just 3 in Danville, with temperature at 16 degrees at this hour. So as for the snow, we see the back edge back toward West Virginia. That's going to be dropping southeastward this evening. A lot of the snow is gone by 10 o'clock tonight. By midnight, I think it's all gone. We'll clear things out. We've got sunshine greeting us in the morning. It's just going to be cold sunshine as we head throughout the day on our Sunday. Temperatures are going to be maybe 2, 3, 4 degrees warmer, maybe about the same for some of us as we head into the day on our Sunday. But here's the other thing. It's the wind that's going to be kicking up and really making it feel cold. We've got extreme cold warnings in place from Amherst down to Stewart, points off to the west. It's going to feel like 15 to 25 below zero as we head through the day on your Sunday due to those winds gusting 30 to 50 miles per hour, depending on where you are in your elevation. Head to the east, Lynchburg, down to Danville, Martinsville, South Boston, Charlotte Courthouse. Cold weather advisories in place. It'll feel like 5, maybe 8 below as we head overnight tonight and into the day on Sunday. It is going to be a cold, cold end to the weekend for us. These are the wind chill values projected as of 10 o'clock tonight. And you can see we're already decently below zero into the Highlands and the New River Valley. Single digits to near zero as we head into the Roanoke Valley, Central Virginia, and South Side. Go overnight. It's only going to feel worse. Feels like zero in Lynchburg. That'll be the warm spot for us. 21 below is what it's going to feel like in Galax and Floyd. 6 below Roanoke and 15 below into Hot Springs. So that wind is really going to put a hurting on us in the morning. As we go through the day, some slight improvements as we head toward lunchtime. Temperatures slowly coming up for us, but it's still going to be windy. Still feeling like it's below zero throughout the New River Valley, parts of the Highlands. Single digits into the Roanoke Valley, maybe low to mid double digits as we get into Central Virginia and South Side. And then the same thing as we get in the afternoon. It may briefly feel like zero in the New River Valley, but as temperatures start coming down tomorrow evening, we're back to feeling like it's below zero outside in the Highlands and New River. Won't roll out into the Roanoke Valley, getting there as we head Sunday night into Monday morning. When you're as cold as we're going to be, any wind is only going to make you feel colder. A temperature of 15 with a 5-8 mile per hour wind is going to make you feel like low single digits to near zero. It doesn't take a lot of wind in these cases. In the case of Sunday, it's going to be a lot of wind. Wind advisories up for you folks into Roanoke, Floyd, Carroll, and Grayson counties. We've got sustained winds 15 to 25 miles per hour coming out of the northwest with gusts to 50 miles per hour expected. So it's going to be a very windy day as we head into the second half of the weekend with improvements coming in, it looks like, as we get into Monday. Starting to see those winds pick up. Hot Springs and Lewisburg with gusts now both to 23, 24 mile per hour gusts being reported in Galax. Elsewhere, the winds aren't that bad yet, but I do think they're going to be ramping up for us here as we get, say, beyond the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock hour for tonight. It's going to get quite breezy, and just notice that upward trend as we head through the night. The worst during the daylight hours for us on Sunday. And then once we hit sunset Sunday night, those wind speeds starts coming down, and they'll keep going down as we head into the day on our Monday. Monday shouldn't be too terribly windy and should actually be a little bit warmer. Temperatures head back up into the 30s for the Roanoke Valley, Central Virginia, and South Side. New River Valley, I think you're in the 20s, but at least getting up nearer to the 30-degree mark as opposed to the 20-degree mark where we have been. In Highlands, you're still going to remain on the chilly side. May take you till Tuesday to get above freezing. Tonight's just going to be cold, and this is just the temperature, not factoring the wind in. Heading down to 4 in Hot Springs, 8 in Blacksburg, 5 for Floyd. We'll head down to 12 in Roanoke and 13 in Danville. As we look ahead to the day for tomorrow, we're going to see those temperatures, teens, 20s for highs, maybe a couple of 30s around Lexington, South Boston, and Danville, possibly trying to get up near that 30-degree mark. But the cold is going to be the big story for us here as we head through the next 24 hours. Once this snowstorm starts pulling out of the region, then it looks like we're finally going to bring those temperatures back up as we get into next week. Next system we'll watch comes in Tuesday night into Wednesday. Depending on temperatures, it could be rain. It could be a little bit of a wintry mix. So we'll certainly be watching that very closely. All right, stay with us. We'll be back with you at the top of the 6 o'clock hour with another update on our winter storm into the region.